Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm just holding my phone in my hand, but I am in beautiful San Diego, California, and I wanted to just film a quick video and talk about how to start overcoming food issues, because I was thinking how I used to go on vacations and I was incapable of letting myself just enjoy food on vacation. Leading up to a trip, I would tell myself, oh, it's okay for me to have a lot of cheat meals. I can eat what I want. I've worked so hard. I can take time off from my diet. I don't have to go to the gym. I can eat what I want. But then when the time came to actually let myself eat the foods I wanted and to not go to the gym, I was absolutely incapable. I was filled with anxiety. I would never want to, eat the foods that I was craving because I thought it would ruin my diet, it would ruin my progress, it would make me fat. Somehow all the work that I had put into getting my body in bikini shape for this vacation would be immediately undone if I was to even enjoy myself on vacation and eat the foods that I wanted, which is so miserable. So I want to talk about a few tips I have for how to overcome food issues and just be able to relax and enjoy food again. So at first, there are going to be some serious growing pains. It is not going to come easily. I have no idea. This video is probably going to be bad quality because I'm holding my phone and there's cars driving by right outside. And this is not a good angle here. I'm laying on the bed. But my first tip for how to overcome food issues is to push back against your routine, what you're inclined to do. So if you've come from a place of yo-yo dieting, pretty much constant restriction, always watching your weight, always counting your calories, always making sure you're not overeating, and then if you are exercising to burn it off, if this is you, you probably just have a very hard set routine of restriction. That might look like waking up and fasting. You might delay breakfast. You might just put it off. There can be a million reasons why you do this, but one of the first steps in overcoming food issues is going to be pushing back against what you're inclined to do. If you're inclined to wake up and not eat, you need to wake up and immediately eat. And at first, this is going to be really uncomfortable. You're going to have all these thoughts about how that's going to make you bloated for the rest of the day. That's going to immediately make you gain weight. You're not going to be burning fat or whatever. You will have all of these irrational thoughts. But the first step in, healing your relationship with food, not going into a meal with anxiety or feeling like you're always overeating at night, in order to fix those issues, you have to push back against what you are inclined to do, what your routine is. So if you wake up and you don't want to eat, eat. If you are inclined to get a certain amount of steps in order to be able to eat a certain food or go to the gym every night to burn off the excess calories or what you've overconsumed, your first step to overcoming food issues is going to be stopping exercise. Stop taking the extra walks. Stop tracking your steps. Stop working out at nighttime to burn off excess calories. And again, this will probably make you uncomfortable. And you are heading in the right direction. You are going to improve your relationship with food if you are wanting to resist, if you are scared, if you're nervous, if you're overwhelmed, if you're like, I can't do this, like, this is gonna make me fat, this is gonna make me just ruin all the progress I've made, those thoughts tell you you're actually headed in the right direction. You are actually starting to make progress because you're pushing back against all of these disordered habits that you've just accepted as a normal part of your life. The reason that you have a bad relationship with food is because you have adopted all of these disordered habits. It's not because what you're doing is healthy or the best for your body. These are actually negative behaviors that you have normalized for yourself. So other things that you might find, maybe you have certain foods that you're afraid of. Maybe you don't like eating sugar, you don't like eating dessert, you don't like eating fast food, fried food, whatever your fear foods are, push yourself to try them, push yourself to eat them, push yourself to start incorporating them into your diet. Now, the reason that I always avoided fear foods like the plague was because if I let myself have them, I always felt like I overate. I couldn't control myself around them. So for me, it was just easier for me not to eat those foods at all. But again, that's just a little growing pain in this process of restoring a healthy relationship with food. Maybe when I let myself eat some of my fear foods, I'm gonna overeat for the first day or 2 days or 3 days. But once I give my body the security that it has the food that it wants and it needs, and I stop, restricting myself, that's when my appetite regulates and I get used to eating, cookies and cakes and fried foods, and I don't need to overeat on them. This was something that was really hard for me in the past, but I promise with time it gets easier. The more you can eat a certain food that you're afraid of, the less likely you're going to be to overeat on it, the less likely you're going to be to feel anxious before you eat it or after you eat it, feel guilty after you eat it. So push yourself. So those are just a few tips I have for starting the process of healing your relationship with food. And hopefully that just makes everything in your life better. You can go on vacation and eat what you want and not worry about it. Not think that that's gonna ruin your beach body, your bikini body. You can just let go. Hopefully you get to the point where you're not even restricting leading up to a vacation where you have to let yourself indulge. Hopefully you're just eating what you want all the time so that when you go on vacation, it's not this huge time for me to let loose and eat whatever I want. It's just okay, I always eat what I want, so I don't need to go crazy. I don't need to overeat. I can have dessert, it's fine. I know that I'm not going to overeat because I always let myself have dessert. I eat dessert every day or most days of the week, so it's not this novelty that I have to hoard and overconsume. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna leave it there. But anyway, yes, please subscribe and join the community I'm trying to build of people healing their relationship with food, overcoming body image issues, learning to love themselves, and all of those things. Okay, bye.